Panama Papers, Pandora Papers, Penang Papers. My speech isn't about hidden wealth. Neither will I talk about Penang Papers because they don't exist. Not yet anyway. The leak of the Panama and Pandora Papers was devastating. It exposed thousands of companies registered offshore and millions of dollars stashed away in tax havens. Who were exposed? The son of former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak, brother-in-law of China's paramount leader Xi Jinping, former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, and even celebrities like Shakira's activity was exposed. Remember, hips don't lie? You can see that these are the movers and shakers of the world. When folks want to hide their wealth and activities in darkness, this suggests something is foul-smelling. Nevertheless, folks around us might have encountered questionable shortcuts to ambitions. Perhaps even you might have had a brush with it. Certainly, I did. A few years ago, I was propositioned. At that time, I was in charge of marketing and selling craft linerboard. I'll give you two details about this product. Firstly, it is for making corrugated carton boxes favored by global electrical and electronics companies for their high-valued goods. Secondly, this material is made of wood pulp and recycled paper. It is the ratio of these two main ingredients that determine the paper characteristics. And so, a Japanese mill came up with their recipe to ensure its unique selling points, excellent printability, and good strength. One day in 2017, I received an urgent call from my client. I have dealt with this client, whom we shall call Carol, for more than 5 years. Louisa, I need you to give me an email to declare your paper has minimum 26% of pulp content. Carol explained that her competitor had submitted a sample to a giant electronics company and had declared 26% of pulp content. I vividly remember Carol's pushy yet desperate tone in her voice. She negotiated hard, told me it was a big job. She wanted to win the tender, luring me with an increase of monthly orders of at least 20% if she won the tender. I responded that we had always declared 20% for our pulp content. Carol continued pleading. I only need an email. No need to CC anybody else. This time, I told Carol that my company and I do business with integrity. I knew what was at stake. If she loses the tender, we also lose. In fact, she might take away her whole business from me. Carol continued to push me. And finally, I told her quietly but firmly, listen, I'll have to tell you no. I cannot state 26% of pulp content. I reported this incident to my boss. After all, there was a risk that Carol might take away her business. My boss assured me that I did the right thing and that he was very proud of what I did and didn't do. At my company, we do not earn any commission but only a salary. Was this the determining factor that made me say no, since it wouldn't have made a difference? What Carol wanted was for me to falsify the data. And if I colluded with her, such behavior will stink to high heaven. In my heart of hearts, I've always known that the sum total of who we are as a person is our name. So, what is it about a name? For me, it stands for honor and integrity. That is why I could not and will not give away my honor. To finish my story, did I lose Carol's business? No. In fact, she did get to be the second supplier, albeit for a contract smaller than the first suppliers. Carol and I never talked about that incident again. Although paper business has been transferred to another division, we still keep in touch, and anytime I'm in Penang, I look her up and we go out for a meal. Had we done the unthinkable, I'm sure we would not still be friends today, because things hidden in the dark will die. So it is with friendship. The consequence of the shame and cheating would have led to our friendship breaking down. In conclusion, as I look back on that negotiation, I'm grateful that I stood my ground and told Carol 20% is the only way. Thank you.